sa GB. Tudi sa GB. Programa na mapaabot asin mapaliwanag kan mga lakdang panglegislatura na dinara asin pinadrinuhan ni Albay 2nd District Representative Joey Sarte Salceda sa Kongreso kan Pilipinas. Tudi sa GB. Tudi sa GB. Madiskutir kan manlain-lain na programa, plano asin aktibidad kan Tudi Congressional Office na may katuyuhan na makatabang sa pagpapalangkaw sa sosyo-ekonomikong kamugtakan kang namamanwaan. Tudi sa GB, bihikulo kan barangay asin namamanwaan na ipahayag ang sa indang mga inagrangay asin kahagadan na kaipuhan masimbagan kan mga nanunungdan. Tudi sa GB. Tudi sa GB. Impormasyon, edukasyon, aksyon.
Mga tugang maray na hapon pag-araray sa gabos ng mga paraantabay. Swebes po ngunyan. Mag-iribay-iba na mga ta sa gudyan alas 5 nin hapon. Mag-orerestorya lamang digdi sa programang 2D sa GB. 2D sa Global Albay. Ang programang ini ito sendo sa karahayang buot kan opisina ni Albay 2nd District Congressman Joey Sarte Salceda. Ito po ang sendong amigo sa radyo, Edwin Taralda po. Nagpapaabot sendo ni pangungumusta ngunyan na hapon. Mga nakatutok sa traditional radio, sa DCGB News Online, DCGB app, YouTube, Instagram, asin iba pang social media platform. Mga pigabot kan sa tuyang broadcast wherever you are. Ang samuya pong pangungumusta sa Lambang Saro Sendo. Mag-orerestorya lamang kita. Medyo mariray ang panahon ngunyan. Kaya fight sana. Sige. Bueno, so diretso po kita sa tuyang mga istorya ngunyan na pagkahapon na ini. Kasubagong aga, giniba po so commemoration pagurumdum sa ika-125 taon na anibersaryo kan pig-apudang Battle of Legazpi. Laban digdi sa Legazpi. O yan na nailing nito dyan sa rotonda na alangkaw na tore. Ayan, pigapod na pylon. Ano? Pylon. Ayan na sa rotonda dyan. Simbolo. May mga estatwa baga dyan. Iyan po ng mga estatwa. Iyan kaito kan mga panahon sa mga nakipaglaban, nagdefensa, kan sa tuyang lugar kontra sa mga dayuhan na nag-okupar digdi sa tuya. Ano? Mga Legazpeño, yaon dyan si Colonel Antero Reyes, Colonel Antequera, and all the rest. Yaon dyan nakapaskil sa mga pangaran kayan. That was January 23, 125 years ago. Yan. Itong panahon na ito, talagang nakipagbakbakan sa mga tagadigdi sa tuya. Di pa yan, an tulay ka ito, uninigi sa may kabangan, sagod yan, tapos dagat na yan, na lugar na yan. Katanya ngo niyan kaya nga ni digi sa Legazpi, may barangay dinagaan kita, reclaimed area. Diyan kato so barakbakan. Pati diyan sa may Sleeping Lion, iyan na pag-iapod na Kapuntukan Hill. yaon dyan nakamount sa mga armas. Yan. Siyempre, pirmi na kitang kulang kita sa puwersa. As compared sa mga dayuhan na kan mga panahon na ito, medyo high-powered na ang sa indang gamit. Ayan, ano? So, taon-taon tabi, rumdum iyan. Marirahay sa kamugtakan kan panahon kasubago. Magkana rin makatapos, yun na ito, nagtagiti naman lugod. Rayaon duman sa mga veterano. Sa mga veterano, kan mga panahon, so talagang rumdum inda ko kung igwa pa ka itong may nagkaburo ay pangunya na so 1945 na ano ka ito, giyera, World War II. Pero iguro manaro na sana kayo kung igwa pang nabubuhay. Yan. Talagang grabe ka to so labanan. Ano? So, rayaon dumang kasubago sa mga incumbent officials na Legazpi and so iba pang mga bisita rayaon duman. So, ano man nga kung iyan na Battle of Legazpi, iyan po, simbolo iyan na maski kan mga panahon talagang nakipaglaban kita. O sinda. Bako kita, taday pa kita kato buhay, sinda. Talagang so mga, siyempre kay puan i-depensa so Legazpi. Ang Legazpi kayo, bako man Legazpi. Sawangan pa yan, ang apod. Ano? Ipinangaran na sa na yan kay Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Years after. Pero the original name is Sawangan. Kaya bagauyan dyan sa dap-dap. Ikaw kita kipigapod na Sawangan Park. Ano? So yan, ang istorya kayan. Dakul siyempre so nagkagaradan. An armas kay tuo kan mga tagadigdi sa tuya. Sa kalaban, badil, kita, pana, tabula, ano man kayo ni lalaban ta? Bako? So kalaban, may mga kanyo na kayo basuka. Kita wara. Yan, ano. Anyway, sabi nga na kayan, ang laban, nagpapadagos pag-araray. Nagpapadagos pag-araray ang laban digdi sa tuya. And anywhere, labanan ang mga challenges na pig-aampang tangunyan. Ininangunyan ang laban. Laban sa pagtios, laban sa gutom, laban sa kung ano pa mga kahilangan, etc. etc. Yun ang ngunyan ang pig-aampang tang laban. Bako na itong ararmasan. Kung paano ta madadaog iyan. Bako? Yun yan. And maski ining mga lideresta, iyo man ang sindang pigaan pangunyan, ang laban ninda. Bako man sa kung sisay na tawo ang kalaban. No, di, labanan ang pagtios. Iyo yan. Iyo bagaan na taramon maski kan mga enot ni Kong Joey, to fight poverty. Ayan. Wala man siyang ibang kalaban na tawo o so aspirante man, no di, ang laban niya is ang pagtios. Kung papaano mapaangat ang buhay kan mga tawo. Ayan. And iba pa. Okay. Kasubago, may mga pahayag si Alkalde Pido Garbin. Ano? may mga pahayag manunungod kung ano ang mga development na pwedeng mangyari digdi po sa satuyang syudad. Ano? So, dangogunta daw so mga pahayag ni Alkalde Pido Garbin sa Pailon Kasubagong Aga. Sige daw tabi. Yan. Okay, madali sa na, ano? Sige. Okay. Sige. Okay na, tabi. Sige, go.
To make it as another business hub in order to create more opportunities in terms of job generation, employment, and of course, more income in terms of real and business taxes that will go or will inure to the benefit of the city government. We are also facing access to public health. And right now what we're doing is to construct the biggest hospital in the entire Bicol region. In fact, in the entire southern Luzon. It's called the Legacy Hospital ng Pangulo. Dasungan yan, papagsirbihan, pag nakumpleto, bako sana mga Legaspeño, Salbayanos, kundi ang bilog na Rion Bicol. A specialty hospital that will cater for all ailments. Dito na kaipuhan magpasiring sa Metro Manila para sa tuyang mga kababayang Legaspeño Bicolano na naghihirelang, mapasiring pa sa Metro Manila para mabulong. We have also equipped our Legazpi City Hospital with the needed necessary funds. Thanks to the national government, Ako Bicol Party List, Kong Salde, for striving and initiating the downloading of 100 million pesos for our medical assistance to indigent and financially incapacitated patients in our city. Pinaglalabanan taman ng puro palsok, as in mahalo na pagsisingil sa kuryente. And so the solution is to rehabilitate Aleco. And right now we have put rehabilitation funds that forms part of the General Appropriation Act of 2025, including the rehabilitations of another public utility, which is the LCWD, the Legazpi City Water District, tanganing ma-improve ang pagdistribuer, kimalinig, karapat-dapat sa lambang konsumidores kan sa tuyang syudad. Of course, the housing problem in our city. Today, I will meet the officials from the DSUD in order to discuss the construction of more housing units para sa tuyang mga Legaspeños na sa kudngunyan, warang harong o di makapag-afford na magpatugdog kay harong. Today, as we pay tribute to these brave souls, let us all reaffirm our commitment to serving our city with the same spirit of dedication and sacrifice. Together, let's work hand in hand towards a brighter future, a future where we uphold the values they fought for and ensure that the lessons of history guide our path ahead. Thank you, and may we always remember the courage of those who came before us. Let us celebrate our history while working towards a future filled with hope and promise for all. Thank you. Mabuhay ang bagong Legazpi. Marinaldo Tabig sa St. Lubos.
Okay, si Alkalde Alfredo Garbin Jr. Ang Huésped de Honor, supposedly, kasubago, si Kong Joey Sarte Salceda. But due to his hectic schedule sa Metro Manila, kongresista bagay ni, ang trabaho nyo naman sa Kamara de Representantes, bako karaw-karaw. So, nagrepresentar sa iya, so sa iyang mensahe, binasa ni City Councilor JP Lee. Ayan. Okay. Si JP Lee ang nagbasa kan message ni Kong Joey kasubago para sa anniversary o commemoration kan Battle of Legazpi. Si Kagawad JP Lee tabi boss.
For our nation to be colonized. Colonialism is a practice of domination which involves subjugation of one people to another. Process involves racial discrimination, environmental degradation, economic inequality, death of language and cultures, and clouding of nations' history. These were the reasons why our leaders, from Lapu-Lapu to Aguinaldo, have been resisting colonialism. In reality, the Battle of Legazpi was fought on a very specific ground. It was a battle intended to remove the blockade of Legazpi port, which stopped the booming Abaca trade. Let me tell you the complete story. After the Americans bought the Philippines from Spain, they proceeded to subjugate the country, but it was immediately met with resistance. War with the Philippine Revolutionary Forces broke out in February 1899. One of the first actions of the local revolutionary was to blockade the port of Legazpi in February 4, 1899, in an attempt to cut off the export of abaca and disrupt the industry, which was then dominated by the American and British traders. This prompted the Americans and other foreign merchants to beg Washington for help. In January 9, 1900, the American War Department wired the Philippine military governor, General Otis, to make an urgent investigation about abaca. And sure enough, on January 15, General Otis issued an order appointing Brigadier General William A. Kobe of the U.S. Voluntary Forces as governor of Albay and Sorsogon, and giving specific instructions to occupy the province. When Americans invaded Bicol in January 20, 1900, they found Sorsogon was empty because the forces of Colonel Armando Arian, upon the sight of the formidable army, retreated to Albay. Sorsogon was taken without a shot fired. But in Legazpi, the Americans found that the Bicolanos are ready to fight. On a dark, drizzly Tuesday morning of January 23, 1900, 3 American battleships, the Castellone and the Venus and Nashville, approached the Gulf of Albay. The Filipino defenders positioned themselves in trenches from the north of San Roque under Colonel Antero Reyes, and down south near Puro Beach were the men under Captain Emilio Marquez. The main battle in the center ground and atop the Kapuntukan Hill was under Brigadier General Jose Ignacio Paua and Major Pilgone. The Philippine flag was hoisted atop of Kapuntukan Hill. In all, the Filipinos from Manila, Cavite, and Cavite Riflemen and Albayanos numbered to over 800. Of this, however, 600 Sandataenos were only armed with bolos, machetes, spears, and arrows that would not go beyond 300 meters. In contrast, the bullets of the Krag rifles of the Americans can go almost 800 meters in 1 second. The first hours were spent by the Americans in reconnoitering the entire Legazpi shoreline. At high noon, Nashville commenced firing directly towards Legazpi and Kapuntukan Hill. General Paua ordered his men to fire back, but its outdated cannons and guns would hardly reach Nashville. The guns of Nashville blasted the rocks of Kapuntukan, blew the battery, and demolished all visible structures around it. In a few minutes, the entire battery of Kapuntukan Hill was silenced. The men of General Pawa and Colonel Pilgones started to retreat. The Nashville then started to rain shells on the port of Legazpi and blasted the line of Abaca warehouses and some residences near the shoreline. 2 American ships fired at San Roque and Purok Beach. In just over 2 hours, the entire line of trenches along the shores were silenced by the relentless bombing of the warships. Then, the firing stopped. The American soldiers landed without much resistance. The American defenders were retreating towards Legazpi. They were indeed encircled by the troops that came from Castellon in the north and the Venus in the south. The central forces of General Kobe immediately occupied the now deserted port area where started marching towards the city. In a matter of hours, Legazpi was taken. In the entire afternoon was spent with skirmish among retreating Filipinos pursuing Americans. Colonel Altero Reyes was shot dead near St. Raphael Church. At sundown, the battle was over. The casualties included 172 Filipinos dead, 12 wounded, and countless held prisons. Americans suffered 7 wounded and no casualties. This Trilon monument is in the middle of Legazpi City, which stands today on what was a stone bridge over Fuente de San Miguel, immortalized the Battle of Legazpi. It was an independent point of view. The battle looked like a massacre. What really happened was the Americans bombed out Filipinos crouching in trenches, artillery, and from gunboats. Those who ran were hit by the bullets from Krag rifles. By mid-morning, the civilians evacuated to Daraga and up to Kamalig. When the battle ended in the afternoon, the whole Legazpi was practically deserted, except for the Americans doing the mapping out operations and the wounded or the dead Bicolanos and Tagalogs. In a matter of days, the Legazpi port was opened to Abaca trade again. The superior forces of the Americans prevailed over the ill-equipped Albayanos. To be honest, Albayano traders were happy that the blockade was dismantled because they were able to resume their business activities. Thus, some might ask, was the Battle of Legazpi necessary? The answer is yes. If only to show that despite of the odds against us, Albayanos were brave enough to oppose colonialism. Over the years, in the debate of whether colonialism is good or bad, on and on, today we continue to rage against colonial mentality, and yet debate has been overtaken by globalization. Today, colonization, if you wish to call it, is a remote-controlled, digitally operated. I prefer to call it globalization. The world continues to be globalized through high technology by technocrats, which no affirmity of one country. The new rich kid creates new gadgets, new ways of advertising, educating the young generations. Globalization is the new reality of life. Some call it vibrant of colonialism, but it is subjugation. It is the way of getting equal to all the nations in the world. My campaign for Global Albay is a big dream. Globalization is a new way of promoting education and eradicating poverty. It is achievable with the right guidance, and I am confident that we could come with a global Albay, that we would become Global Albay very soon. We have talents and resources to make it come true. I encourage all Albayanos to join me in the quest of Global Albay. Together, we shall make a big dream come true. Daing imposible para magkasaro kita, asin magangat kita gabos. Thank you to all, and may God continue to guide us towards upliftment of our lives. Salamat po sa Induga Boss. Ini po ang mensahe sa tuyang Congressman Joey Sarte Salceda. Salamat po.
Okay, so yan po ang message ni Congressman Joey Sarte Salceda kan Albay 2nd District as read by City Councilor JP Lee. Ano? Di nga ni siya nakadigdi because of some pressing matters or trabaho duman sa iyan ang Metro Manila, lalo na po sa Kongreso, Kamara de Representantes. Yan. Kaya ipinabasa na sana kay Kagawad JP Lee. Okay? 33 minutos, makalampas ang alas 4, mabalik po kita.
An oras hatod sa Indokang.
Plemex for Kids. Mommies, agapan agad ang ubo at plemang nakabara. Pambatang lagundi. Plemex!
Generica Drugstore. Damang-dama pag ginhawang Generica para sa ginhawang damang-dama mo. Visit your nearest Generica Drugstore.
Red Horse Extra Strong. The #1 extra strong beer in the world.
Plemex. Pag may ubo o hika, Plemex agad. Basta lagundi, Plemex.
Liver Aid Silimarine Capsule. Ang good drinks at good food, perfect combo. Isama pa ang Liver Aid. It's liver lover, boys.
Artisan Joint Supplement. Bumabagal ang galaw dahil sa joint pain at arthritis. Mag-Artisan.
Pag tunay ang ginhawa, tunay ang pagpahingalo. Alaxan FR Optin Lutein Capsule. Alagaan ang paningin sa tulong ng Optin. Kitang-kita ang kalusugan ng mata.
Adrian Salceda, Adrian Salceda. Padagos ang pagtabang niya sa sato padabata. Yan ang satong alkalde sa banwaanin Pulangi. Taon-taon kadako lang mga naginibuhan niya. Idolo padabata si Adrian Salceda. Tunay na aki kan tercer distrito. Nonoy Kap Adrian sa tuyang idolo. Adrian Salceda, padabat siya kan masa. Alcalde kan Pulangi, Mayor Nonoy Kap ikana. Adrian Salceda, pag-asenso na matita. Banuan kan Pulangi kay Mayor Nonoy Kap.
Angat ang lahat, aprobado na yan. Sa pag-uswag kita, mag-iribahan. Makatao, makadiyos, matinabang. Yan si Giselle Salceda, mga tugang. Sa tong malalauman sa pagserbisyo. Programang salutasin pang turismo. Programa kang TESDA, asin mga ayuda. Infrastruktura, tabang sa paraoma. Estudyante para siya tayo mahuhudyan. Mga senior citizens siya masasarigan. Mapasog na boses kang kabataan. Si Giselle Salceda, pero may nagtatabang. Siya ang leader na kaipuhan ka. Handang magsilbi malalauman pa. Giselle Salceda, kaibahan ta. Angat ang lahat ng kahiman.
Angat ang lahat ng bayan. Serbisyong Giselle Salceda ang kailangan.
Thank you Kong Joey Salceda. Habang sa agrikultura, turismo, infrastruktura, financial tabang medikal. Thank you Kong Joey Salceda. Buhay natin mas sumasaya pag si Joey ang kaiba. Daig natin ang pangangamba. Kong Joey Salceda, highest rating approval. Ang sa tuyang congressman, Albay ahead angat ang lahat. Kong Joey Salceda, Albay ahead angat lahat. Oh, Albay ahead angat lahat. Oh, Kong Joey Salceda.
Okay, mga tugang dara-daratso pagkatakan sa tuyang mga istorya digdi sa tuyang programa tudi sa GB to this global albay. Yan. Okay. Sige. Bueno. May nakabugtak digdi na item. Magiyon ini. Sabi po digdi, Congressman Salceda's insights to move the country forward. Yan. Nagluwas ini kan January 21 kan Martes. Ining pigapod na week ending. Yan. Sabi digdi basahan ko in toto, it would do well for the country's top officials to head the voice of Congressman Joey Sarte Salceda, chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, whose powerful insights address critical issues plaguing the Philippine economy, from racketing power rates to the pressing need for decent retirement plan for our workers. Alawi ko nun ini. Sabi digdi, Salceda's economic vision is particularly vital in times of crisis, as evidenced by his analysis during the COVID-19 pandemic. His recommendations are grounded in robust data sourced from the Philippine Statistics Authority, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, and even from emerging digital financial platform like GCash. I have had the privilege of hearing his perspective from a select group of financial analysts, stock market brokers, and business leaders during our bi-weekly discussion at the Westin Hotel. One of the Salceda's most compelling proposal tackles the interconnected issues of energy prices and wage increases. Currently, energy prices in the Philippines hover around 12 pesos per kilowatt hour, significantly higher than in Japan, where rates are comparatively lower, reflecting their more efficient energy policies and infrastructure. This stark contrast places an additional burden on Filipino consumers and businesses, stifling economic growth and limiting disposable income. During a recent presentation to the Monday Circle, Salceda said that if power cost could be reduced to 7 pesos per kilowatt hour, it would create room for increasing the minimum wage to 1,000 pesos, a sum he argues is sufficient for a decent living for the median Filipino worker, enabling savings that can further stimulate economic growth. While his proposal may face backlash from the business community, Salceda suggests a balanced approach, offering tax rebates or enhanced tax deduction to businesses that take on additional wage expenses. This could alleviate the financial burden on companies while simultaneously improving the living condition of Filipino workers, thereby promoting a decent retirement option in the long run. Another key point in Salceda's discourse is the rehabilitation of the Agos Pulangi Hydropower Complex, which historically played a pivotal role in the nation's energy supply and industrial growth. He argues that reviving this facility could help reinvigorate sectors like steel refining, which suffered from reduced power supply over the years. Salcedo's advocacy for extending the corporate lifespan of power sector asset and liabilities management of PISAM is particularly insightful. By integrating PISAM's asset with the hydropower complex, he believes we can harness its potential to stabilize and possibly lower energy prices. He cites PISAM's impressive record in slashing the country's power sector liabilities from a staggering 1.3 trillion pesos to 276 billion pesos, a remarkable feat that underscores the potential for further reform. However, the path to achieving this ambitious goal is fraught with challenges, particularly the entrenched corruption that has long plagued the Philippine energy sector. Corruption has exacerbated inefficiencies, leading to inflated costs and lack of accountability in energy projects. This not only drives up consumer prices but also stifles innovation and investment in necessary infrastructure improvement. Salcedo's insight into addressing corruption within the energy sector are critical. By advocating for greater transparency and stronger regulatory framework, he emphasizes the need for a clean, accountable governance structure that ensures funds are used effectively to improve infrastructure rather than lining the pockets of a few. Combating corruption is essential to creating a fair and competitive market where energy prices can decrease, benefiting both consumers and businesses alike. In addition to energy reform, Salceda emphasizes the need to combat rising food prices, particularly in the context of inflation, where rice accounts for a substantial portion of the increase. He advocates for making food more affordable as a means to ease the pressure for legislated wage hike. By lowering the cost of essentials, we can elevate real wages and foster economic stability. Salceda's insight into the agricultural sector are noteworthy, especially regarding the legislative push for the Livestock, Poultry, Dairy and Corn Competitiveness Act. This proposed legislation aims to harmonize various livestock programs, invest in domestic corn production, and liberalize the corn value chain, the essential move to tackle the current meat price crisis and enhance food security. Malawig talaga. Habi Padigdi, he highlights the significant return on agricultural investment. Every peso invested in palay yields 15.17 pesos in production, while livestock investment returns 48.90 pesos, and domestic corn investment generate an outstanding 77 pesos. By streamlining the agricultural sector, Salceda is confident that we can achieve lower food price and invigorate investment in agriculture. Congressman Salceda's vision for the Philippines is a roadmap that interlinks energy policy, wage growth, food security, and anti-corruption measures. His data-driven approach and innovative proposal can serve as a catalyst for real change in the nation facing economic challenges. As he continues to champion this initiative, it is imperative for our leaders to listen and engage with these ideas, paving the way for a more prosperous future for all Filipinos. Addressing the intertwined issues of energy cost, corruption, and food prices is not just an economic necessity, but a moral imperative to ensure a better quality of life for every Filipino. Alawig. na ano yan. Aber daw, ta siya baga ekonomista, kon dadangogon ini, kan mga liderasta, and hopefully dadangogon, susunodon siya. Yan. Ano? Oh. Yan. Magayon ini mga ano yan? Yan ang o nabita. May mga foresight si Kong. Bilang ekonomista and analyst. Naiiling niya sa mga masunod na panahon kung ano ang mga dapat. Ilingon tangani, pera na mga bills, pera na mga bills, pera na mga bills ang inakturan ni Kong and naging mga Republic Act, naging mga lay. Ano? Recently, igwa pa siya na siyang ipinasar na mga lakdang. Siya baga, kumo pamayokan ways and means, yun pagsasabi tanangani na nagaanap nin mga paagi on how to increase our revenue collection. Dakulao na ano yan, tabi, dakulao na bagay, dakulao na anpig papasan niya. Dakulaon ang sa iyang obligasyon na pigkakapotan kumo pamayokan Committee on Ways and Means. Yan. Kaya, usto na sana. Sa iyang pigigibo. And recently nga ni, recently, ini pong creation kan bagong department. Instead of National Economic and Development Authority or NEDA, gigibo na po ini na Department of Economy, Planning and Development o DEP-DEV. Bako DEP-ED. Ang DEP-ED, Department of Education. Ini DEP-DEV. Department of Economy, Planning and Development. Iyan. Ayos na po ini. Iyan. Okay. So, saro yan sa mga gibo ni Kong Joey duman sa Kamara de Representantes. Saro yan. Igwa pa siya. Igwa pa siyang mga pigigiribo duman sa Kamara de Representantes. Kaya, gusto na sana. Gusto na sana ang sa iyang pagtrabaho. Sabi ta na nga ni, ang trabaho kan Kongreso is to legislate local and national yan of national implication, sabi nga ni. Yun yan pigigibo niya. Ayos baga. Yun po. While sa lado lokal, padagos man ang sa iyang pagreparo. Kung ano man ang nailing niya digdi sa tuya na kaipuhan mabago pa. Bako? Iyan. Kaya iyan ang sa iyang mga dream. That's why iyan ang sa iyang pigmamawot na para digdi po sa satuyang probinsya. More to come. Okay. Ang saro po sa pigmamawot is to bring back Albay sa mapa kan turismo. Iyo? As of now, may nailing akong post na ang Albay as of now is pangsyam. Pangsyam. Iyo? Sa nagkaparang mga progresibong probinsya, 15 na pinaka-competitive na probinsya sa Pilipinas, hindi papahuling mga probinsya para sa patuloy na pag-angat. Ayan. Kaya nga ni, ang battle cry ni Kong Joey is angat ang lahat. Ayan, okay. Ang number 1 is Rizal, followed by Laguna, Davao del Norte, Davao del Sur, Cavite, Camiguin, La Union, Batangas, pangsyam tabi ang Albay. Mareray, 10 ang Bataan, 11 ang Bulacan, pang-12 ang Kamsur, 13 Misamis Oriental, 14 Maguindanao del Norte, and pang-15 Misamis Occidental. Yan. Sa Bicol, 2 na ang nakalaog sa top 15. Albay and Camarines Sur. Dinaog ta so Kamsur ki duwang tangga. Iyo? Pero hopefully mag-angat pa ining Albay. From number 9, baka sumakat pa. Makalaog lamang sa top 5, marirahay na. Okay. Ngunyan, papaano ngaya? Papaano? Yan. Sabi nga ni baga, ang turismo mga tugang, iyo ang dakulaon na income generating program. Iyo po. Ayan. Okay. Madali lang. Okay. Yan. So, kay puwan tabi na mapakareta ang turismo. Yo? So, here comes Diday ko. Si Diday ko. Si Diday ko tabi, graduate nin tourism sa University of the Philippines, cum laude. Yan. Tourism, nagtrabaho man siya kung sa insay ng mga kompanya, etc. Kaya di man siya mabawaan kung anong klaseng trabaho. That's why, sabi niya, na if in case tawan siya nintiwala kan mga Albayano na makatuwang si Kong Joey sa lado ng turismo, maangat ang sa tuyang probinsya. Ayan. Sige bagaan, kung baga, di mo man matatawadan ang kakayan ni Madam Diday. Bako man siya so asi-asi. Ayan. Nailing niya sa paglibot-libot niya digdi sa Albay, nailing niya ang mga potential sa turismo na kaipuan siya ng i-develop. Tadigdi sa tuya baga, mailing tadigi, dakulong ki pwedeng i-develop na mga tourist destination na pwedeng makaingganyar nin mga turista na magdigdi sa tuya. Dakulaon po ang revenue na pigtataokan turismo sa sarong lugar. Alam mo, star na sa naligay kay mga 2 o 3 aldaw. Dakulaon na bagay tabi. So mga hotel, magkakaigwa ki income. So mga pasalubong center, magkakaigwa ki income. So transportation, magkakaigwa ki income. So mga resort, may incomean. So mga tourist guide, igwaman. O, iyan, magarastos yan. Alam naman, madyan ka sa lugar de kang kwarta, tukod ang kwarta mo. Pero may ka nang, may pasiguro may mga gastusan. Di makakatabang sa ekonomiya. Because, ang kwarta, magtataririk sa tuya. Mientras na nag-i-enjoy sa mga turista na libot-libot tigi sa tuya, mailing, so bako siya naan mayon, si iba pang mga magagayon na lugar digdi sa tuya, nagbubuwis nagbabahayad sinda. Bako, diyan, ma-increase ang revenues. So, iyan po ang saro sa mga puntirya ni Diday ko. Na digdi sa tuya. That is aside from iba pang mga plano. Iba pang mga plano. Kung alimbawa, swertehon, magkatandem sinda, iyan, ni Kong Joey, ay sigurado, itong pangsyam kita sa most progressive province, sigurado, maangat pa yan. Bako siya na pangsyam, maitaas pa yan. Who knows? Malampasan ta sa ibang probinsya. Yan. Nasa, man talaga yan. Yan ang maray na pamamahala. Muda and partnership. Partnership. Para yung may koneksyon si Kong Joey sa Manila. Pwede ng may koneksyon. Sa ibang nasyon, igwa. Kaya nga ni Global Albay. Bako? Okay? Alright. Sige. Ayan. Siyempre, ang sistema is before na ngayon makaduman sa mga tourist destination, we have to repair, we have to build mga magayon na klase ng tinampo. Bako itong lubak-lubak. Paano ka makaantos duman sa destination kung ang tinampo mo, lubak-lubak, kay puan, maray an palitada, maray an pakagibok ang tinampo. Takon, ang tinampo mo, lubak-lubak, hisa ang mamuya magpasiring yan sa lugar na yan. We have to construct good kind of road, leading to the tourist destination. Yan. Kasaraba yan, piga-apod bagayan na tourism infrastructure program. Kaipuan iyan. Ngayon sa dagat, dapat mariman ang klase nin yan ang lunadan. Okay. So let us see pag-abot kan mga aldaw tabi. Okay? Sige. Bueno, mapaaram na tabi kita. Sige po, sa tuyang programa ngunyan na pagkahapon na ini. Sa Sabado, pag-urulayan ta naman, ang rapo-rapo. Ang rapo-rapo. Ano na dyan sa rapo-rapo? Pag-urulayan tatabi yan sa maabot na Sabado. Okay? Sige. Mabalos na maritabi ang programang ini 2D sa Global Albay hinatonsendo sa karayang buot kan opisina ni Albay 2nd District Congressman Joey Sarte Salceda. Mabalos and sagod naman kita sa masunod na Sabado. Thank you.
Sa indung nadangog ang programang 2D sa GB. Ang tabayanan giraray at masunod na